Hafaday. Welcome everyone to the Guam Congress building. I'm Speaker Therese Terlaje, and we're here today. I'm proud to be here with my colleagues and with the family, and we're here to celebrate the 85th anniversary of Calvo's Insurance Underwriters. Of course, we're here with the family, their management team, and many of the longtime employees of Calvo's. And I'm very proud to be here with my colleagues, Vice Speaker Tina Muñoz-Barnes, Senator Chris Dueñas, Senator Joe San Augustine, Senator Dwayne San Nicolas, and Senator Tello Taitagui. We commemorate this occasion with a legislative resolution. This one is number 321-37 COR, and it is relative to recognizing Calvo's Insurance Underwriters on the occasion of its 85th anniversary and commending them for continued commitment to serving our island community. The insurance industry is all about calculating risk and managing our economic habits and our relationships around those risks. And we all know that living and growing a business on Guam comes with huge risks. And some of these risks we share with the world, and some of these risks are very unique to our region. And Calvo's Insurance Underwriters have themselves, for 85 years, survived and supported the people of Guam through many challenges, including at least 10 typhoons or super typhoons, a devastating earthquake, the threat of Y2K and the COVID-19 pandemic. It's weathered these challenges and emerged stronger, demonstrating remarkable resiliency, tenacity, adaptability, creativity, and it's never shied away from continuing to support the people of Guam in their needs and supporting our economy. Before I did this resolution, I was not fully aware of the history of Calvo's Insurance Underwriters, and it is quite a remarkable history. So we will share now with you the summarized version that we have included in this resolution and will be put into our legislative archives for all generations to see. Whereas Calvo's Insurance Underwriters is the cornerstone of Calvo Enterprises. It was the first of the Calvo companies established in 1938 by the late Eduardo Torres Jake Calvo, who began selling fire and typhoon insurance out of his home. Mr. Calvo was the assistant manager of the Old Bank of Guam when he started the small insurance operation in his name. He signed an insurance agency agreement with the late Jack Smith, one of the original partners of Cornelius V. Starr, founder of the American International Group, or AIG, a company which now operates in over 150 countries and territories around the world and has become the largest commercial insurer in the United States. Calvo's insurance operation was interrupted for 3 years by World War II during the Japanese occupation, but reopened in 1944, and some of its earliest claims were paid on the damages of war. In 1952, Henry Schnabel became manager of Calvo's Insurance. And Calvo's Insurance paid over $4.5 million in claims to victims of Typhoon Karen in 1962. In 1963, Calvo's Insurance celebrated 25 years in business, and Typhoon Olive hit Guam with winds of 110 miles per hour. And on November 22nd, Eduardo Torres Calvo passed away, and his 3 sons, Paul, Edward, and Jerry, took over the reins of the Calvo Enterprises. Paul Sauder joined Calvo's Insurance as general manager, and Henry Schnabel left to work for American International Underwriters, and he returned to Guam as general manager in 1970. In 1976, Typhoon Pamela wreaked havoc with maximum sustained winds of 138 miles per hour. 1/3 of the civilian housing on Guam was destroyed. Calvo's Insurance flew in 35 adjusters to process claims to those devastated by the destruction of the typhoon. And after 42 years in business in 1980, Calvo's Insurance expanded to northern Guam with the opening of its Dedido branch, and a year later to Hoggett to serve the southern Guam customers. And in 1990, the Saipan office opened. In 1992, Typhoon Omar devastated the island with winds of 130 miles per hour. and the first floor of the Calvo's Insurance building in Agatna was remodeled. In August 1993, a national state of emergency was declared as one of the worst earthquakes in Guam's history shook our island. The 7.8 magnitude quake shook down reconstruction projects, homes, offices, and hotels, just recovering from the devastation of Typhoon Omar. And in 1997, Guam was struck by Super Typhoon Paka. Our island community was unprepared due to conflicting weather reports and suffered serious damages. A national state of emergency was declared, and Calvo's Insurance again flew in adjusters to speed up the claims process for its customers on Guam. And in 2000, Calvo's Select Care was launched, and Calvo's for health insurance. And Calvo's Insurance underwriters to date boasts 100 employees, 3 locations, and over 500,000 policies written. In 2001, Calvo Select Care was offered for the first time to the government of Guam, and Paul A. Calvo, this is Paul A. Calvo, became Executive Vice President and General Manager of Calvo's Insurance. In 2002, Typhoon Chataan struck Guam with winds of 90 miles per hour. Residents expected a heavy tropical storm and were not fully prepared for the storm's severity. In that same year, Super Typhoon Ponsongwa struck Guam, and the Calvo's buildings were hit, but a day later, Calvo's Insurance was opened for business, and over 40 adjusters were flown in to settle claims across Guam. Huge destruction. In 2005, Calvo Select Care celebrated 5 years in business and became the first in Guam to offer health savings accounts and the first to offer a Philippines-only plan for off-island care. In 2006, the Koror Palau office opened, followed by the opening of the Philippines office in 2007. In 2009, Calvo Select Care became the largest health insurance plan on Guam. A year later, in 2010, Calvo Select Care celebrated 10 years in business and launched the Calvo's Drivers Club Loyalty Program, now known as the Calvo's Lifestyle Club, providing customers more benefits and discounts with over 100 partners. In 2012, Calvo Select Care entered into the Federal Employee Health Benefits Program. As the market leader on Guam, Calvo's Insurance underwriters collects more than $100 million in premiums annually. Calvo's Insurance underwriters' credibility is bolstered by its strong partners abroad, such as AIG and Tokyo Marine Pacific Insurance and Nichido Fire Insurance Company of Japan. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Committee on Rules of Imina 37 na Legislature Guahan does hereby, on behalf of the people of Guam, recognize Calvo's Insurance underwriters on the occasion of its 85th anniversary, and does commend the company and all of the hardworking men and women for their continued commitment to serving our island community, especially in its toughest times. Be it further resolved that the Speaker and the Chairperson of the Committee on Rules certify and that the Legislative Secretary attest to the adoption hereof, and that copies of the same be thereafter transmitted to Calvo's Insurance underwriters and to the Honorable Lourdes A. Leon Guerrero, Imagat Hagan Guahan. And I'd just like to say on behalf of the people of Guam and my colleagues, the 37th Guam Legislature, to all of you. Thank you very much. I'd like to ask, yes, Mr. Paul Calvo, on behalf of the family and the management team and all of its employees over the years, to say a few words.
Thank you very much, Speaker. Thank you. So, on behalf of Calvo's Insurance, our staff, management, and board of directors, we are honored today to be here to be receiving this. I've got to tell you, it's been 40 years since I first started at Calvo's, and I was blessed to be in our first anniversary that I attended as an employee. In 1988, we had our 50th anniversary. And as we prepared the party for tomorrow and reviewing all the pictures that had been, for all the memories that we had since 1988, I got to tell you, it's so touching because unfortunately, many of the family and many of the people that have been part of Calvo's Insurance have passed away. But we feel hopeful that they're looking down on us and they're proud of what we've done, and we haven't dropped the ball. We don't intend to, and we are hoping that in 15 more years, when we celebrate our 100th anniversary, that we'll all have you guys also here to celebrate with us. So I just want to say thank you very much. We're honored. It's been our pleasure to be part of the community since my grandfather started in 1938, and now it's, of course, 2024. So it's been our pleasure, and we're just honored that the people of Guam have allowed us to serve you for your various insurance needs. Thank you very much, everybody. Appreciate it.
Viva to our partners in protecting Guam, Calvo's Insurance Underwriters. Viva! Viva!